Now, today's video is going to be directed at those of you that want to lose weight, which is probably most of you, okay? And I'm going to give you my story of how I went from 283 pounds years ago to right now I'm at 206 pounds. Now, a lot of people think that you're going to lose weight by hitting the gym and hitting it really hard and doing a lot of cardio exercise and weight training and things like that. And you're only partly right. As a matter of fact, you're only a little bit right. Where you're going to lose the weight, where you're going to shed the fat is actually in the kitchen, not in the gym. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, when you're working out in the gym, you're there really to help your cardiovascular health and to build some muscle, which is very, very important. I always suggest that everybody gets out and moves more because it's really important. But if you want to lose weight, that weight is by what you're putting in your mouth or what you're not putting in your mouth. Now, when people talk about diets, they start talking about, well, I need to cut down on the amount of calories that I'm putting into my body, that I'm going to have to calorie restrict. I'm going to have to go on a special diet and just eat just a little bit. You got this big plate, but you're only putting about this much food in the middle of it. And let me tell you, for me, that never worked. I've tried everything. And that stuff it worked for a little while, but after a while, you just get so damn hungry, you start to binge eat, right? You've been there. I know I have. I know most of you have. So let me tell you the easiest way to lose weight while eating pretty much as you want, okay? Within reason, okay? The simple, easy way to do it is pay attention to what you're eating and simply get rid of as many carbs in your diet as possible. Now, the average American, I think, takes in about 250 to 300 carbohydrates every single day. Let me tell you, that's way too much, okay? You may know that when you bring in carbohydrates, your body uses it as energy, correct? The problem is we take in way too many carbs, and at the end of the day, we haven't burned off all those carbs. Now, your body is a great storage system. It knows it's going to need energy for tomorrow, so it takes all those carbs that you brought in, and it converts it to fat. Okay, it's storing that energy as fat on your body. So you might look at yourself in the mirror and say, I got a lot of fat, or you can say, man, I got a lot of energy stored up in here. Okay, now here's what we need to do. We need to start burning off that energy. We need to get rid of the fat. So the only way to do that is because we've trained our bodies to use the quick burn carbs as fuel. We have to limit the amount of carbs we're taking in so that the body relearns to start burning fat as fuel. The only way you're going to do that is to get your carbohydrate intake down to as low as you can possibly do it. Now, I don't suggest you go diving straight into carnivore, which is a meat-only diet. That's what I do. But I didn't jump straight into that. I eventually went down further and further and further. You don't have to go carnivore. I suggest it. I like it. It worked well for me, but it tends to scare the bejesus out of everybody to go that low on the carbs. So here's what I'm going to suggest you do. Just start limiting the carbs that you're taking in right now. Easiest way to do it is take breads and pastas and carbohydrates out of your diet as much as possible. So if you go to lunch and you order a nice thick cheeseburger, fantastic. Just take the bun off of it. Use a knife and fork, and you've eliminated a lot of carbs specifically from that meal. Now, the average person takes in 250 to 300 carbs, way too much. Try to get it down to about 100 carbs per day to start, okay? So by simply eliminating breads and pastas, for the most part, might get you to pretty close to where it is. I don't know what you're eating all the time, okay? So start at 100 and then cut that in half down to 50. And then go to, the ketogenic diet, which is less than 30 carbs per day. And just cut it down below that. As you start lowering the carbs, you start retraining your body to start burning the fat that you have on your body. And that's the way that you're going to start losing the weight. Okay, so don't think you got to go crush it in the gym or go run or go on really, really long walks. That will help you from a cardiovascular and muscular point of view. But when you're talking about losing fat, That's all from the carbohydrates that you're taking in. Okay, it goes much deeper into that, but I just wanted to kind of give you at least a good head start. So many of you are deciding to lose weight. This is the quickest way to do that. Do it for at least 30 days. Don't expect you're going to get on the scale and all of a sudden everything's going to drip off of you. You know, it took 30 years to put on the weight that you have right now. It's not going to happen in 30 days, but you will start seeing differences after 30 days. Do yourself a favor. Whatever you do, go on a low carb or lower carb diet for at least 100 days. Get in the habit of taking the bread away and not choosing to eat the chips and things like that, things that are high in carbohydrates. And I promise you, I absolutely promise you, you will start seeing some differences as you go. And then as you get further into this, lower the carbs to the point where now all of a sudden your body is a fat burning machine rather than a carb burning machine. That's all I got for you today. I'll see you on tomorrow's video.